When I was a little girl and would get injured while playing, my dad would playfully joke, "Is it bleeding? Because if it's not, you're fine." Of course he was joking, but I somehow internalized the attitude in my life about illness, a tendency to dismiss or downplay invisible injuries or illness. Several years ago, I fell headfirst off my bike as I was riding downhill and experienced my first concussion. Prior to that experience, I had never had an injury where there were no physical signs to show for the injury. That concussion was a brutal experience. For several months, I had problems with my balance, my hearing, memory, concentration, moods, and headaches. Yet on the outside, I looked perfectly fine. Burnout is often referred to as an invisible injury because its effects are not visible to others. Unlike a broken arm or a visible wound, the effects of burnout, like concussion, are limited to a person's mental and emotional well-being. Yet while people experiencing burnout may not exhibit external signs of injury, and these effects may go unnoticed by others, the impact on their overall health and well-being is significant. It is so important for those people experiencing burnout to receive empathy and understanding and support from those people around them. So let's talk about what someone can do if they recognize that they are burned out. What actions can they take to prioritize their well-being and make sure their career remains on track? Well, to start with, I would like to share some advice I received from a wise professional when I was recovering from my concussion. I believe this advice applies just the same to recovering from burnout. First, recovery takes time. Don't expect a quick recovery. Second, you can't recover alone. And third, self-compassion and patience helps the process. So let's talk about what you can do if you find yourself burned out. Action number 1, recognize and admit you have a problem. Many people find this is the most difficult step to take, and in my case, I certainly found that to be true. When I was personally facing burnout and when I had my concussion, I had to accept the fact that my physical and mental symptoms were real, and I could not wish them away or pray them away or talk them away or put on a brave, positive face. I had to push aside feelings of shame and inadequacy before I could get help. Recognizing and admitting you have a problem opens up the door to a new healing journey, and the recovery can begin. Number 2, speak to a healthcare professional. As much as you know yourself well, when you're in a burnout stage, you are not healthy enough to see the big picture. You may actually even underestimate the extent of your physical and mental injury. A healthcare professional should assess your health and make recommendations about the types of interventions you may need, such as counseling, to address the underlying stressors contributing to your burnout and perhaps help you come up with a new strategy or a new way of working to manage your stress. Number 3, be transparent with your staff and your supervisors. It's natural to feel concerned about how others will perceive your health needs. However, your long-term health is more important than what others think of you. There are significant benefits to you communicating the reality of your state to your staff and supervisors. Here are the reasons why. Communicating will prepare them to accept the changes you will need to make to regain your health. Communicating will normalize the need to make personal wellness a priority. Communicating will give others permission to take care of themselves in the event they are also facing burnout symptoms. Communicating will allow your staff and supervisor to keep you accountable to changes in your work hours and activities. Number 4, set new boundaries and realistic expectations. A critical next step is evaluating your work hours and activities with your healthcare professional or a trusted colleague or boss who understands your role and your habits. Some of your new boundaries might include a combination of work practices and personal life activities. For example, work practices. Assess your workload and eliminate tasks which overload. Prioritize tasks that are essential and manageable. Learn to say no to additional responsibilities that may contribute to burnout. Remove, reassign, or restructure a difficult person. This could be temporarily or permanently. Delegate. Delegate, delegate, delegate. Specify a time in which you will respond to emails during the day and stick to it. Give yourself permission to miss some deadlines when you have too much on your plate. Purchase a do not disturb sign and shut your door 30 minutes each day, and read a book or do something rejuvenated. Anything that's not directly related to what you're facing on that day. And then there are the personal life habits or self-care activities. Eat lunch every day. Prioritize sleep. Drink water. Get plenty of vitamin D therapy. Get outside and in the sun. Eat a balanced and nutritious diet. Get regular exercise. Walk, lift weights, bike, fish. Regular devotion or meditation time. Take a weekly Sabbath rest and do not work on your Sabbath. And number 5, build a support system. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, or colleagues who can provide understanding, empathy, and encouragement. Find a mentor who understands your role and has gone through similar challenges, and make it a priority to get together with them. And when you meet with your mentor, be open and honest about what you're experiencing. Ask for help and take the time to reflect. By taking these 5 steps, you can recover from burnout. But remember, recovering from burnout takes time. You cannot recover alone. And self-compassion and patience helps the process. Burnout is a serious and potentially dangerous condition that should not be underestimated. Prolonged and chronic burnout can significantly impact your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, and it can lead to a range of negative consequences. It can weaken your immune system, increase your risk of developing chronic health conditions, contribute to mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Burnout can also impair your cognitive function, affect your job performance, strain your relationships, and diminish the overall quality of your life. Recognizing the severity of burnout and taking action to treat it and take the time to recover from it can be one of the most important decisions you will ever make as a leader. Take care of yourself, my friend. Your work matters, but your health and well-being matter even more.